Hi everybody, Jo here again. How are you doing? Now our little catch up today, a few of you have been in touch and asked me to just go over some stencil techniques. So we're going to create some lovely backgrounds like this. But first I thought we'd just have a little overview of what stencils we have at Lavinia. We have our lovely sticker stencils and these we have shapes, and on the back of the packet it will just show you. So this one, the Silhouette collection, has got these gorgeous shapes. And we also have ones that have other designs, such as here, we've got the hare and the buildings, butterfly, stag, great for men's cards. And the difference with these is the tacky, the sticker stencils. You get the innie and the outie. And look, you just take the corner here. Now the back is tacky here. Little tip, when you first get them, they can be very sticky. So my suggestion is I just use my jeans actually, and I almost de-tack it, or put it on your craft mat a few times and lift it off, just so it's not as sticky. But please don't ever scrub this glue off the back, otherwise they'll stop sticking. But they're very useful because they are sticker stencils. So check those out. We also have different sizes. There's some larger ones here. But there are various videos that we've done. Just check out, recent videos using those. But if you're new, that's one thing we have, sticker stencils. Then moving on to stencils, we have some stencils which you have a shape cut out. And again, on the back here, look, it will show you the 4 shapes that we've got. And again, there are lots of videos using these, so do check the previous videos out. As I say, this is just a little look in general. So then, moving on to stencils, we have various shapes of stencils. And I'll just bring a few in to show you. So we have, and maybe I should just do one at a time, sorry. So we have various stencils, we have shapes. We have some large shapes, some just backgrounds, some almost have more open space. So again, depending what you want, whether you're wanting to put ink through and you want more open space, or if you want less open space. Then moving on to our larger stencils, again, we have lovely designs for backgrounds, very useful. I've got to mention this one, honeycomb. I use that so much, and if you've got Bumble and Home, anything like that works really well. Red bricks. Brick wall one, great when you don't know what you're doing for behind, where it's great behind flowers, but actually great for men's cards or teenager cards. And we also have ones where you've got words on, so check those out. They're really good too. These are great on, there are lots more, and they're great on gel press. So again, we've got various videos using the gel press. So what I thought I'd do is just come in first, and this is just some multifarious card, and I'd just show you this one, the feather leaf. A little bit of blending. Now, if you're not keen on holding it, moving it, if you've got dexterity problems, the best tip I can give you is get some Lavinia low tack tape and make yourself a bit of a hinge. So basically decide where you want the stencil, put your low tack tape down the side, bend it over, and that way you've got a hinge. And you can either have that at the top, I just put it at the side, totally up to you. And all I'll do here is blend a couple of colours. I've got russet orange and truffle. I just put my finger in the russet orange there. Now, a little tip, as always, when you're blending, my suggestion is always, this is a non-slip craft mat, your Lavinia mat, it's perfect, holds the lids in place, so always blend in the lid. And all I'm going to do here is put some of the orange in the middle of the design. Where I've got most colour, when I first go in, I'm going to the centre, and then as I've got less ink, out to the edges. And if you want to have a look at that. If you wanted a very quick background, look at that. Imagine just one of the fairy stamps there, or even a sentiment, depending what you're after. But what I'm going to do is come in with the brown, and again, whenever I ink up, look, I start in the corner because that's when I've got most ink. And as I've got less ink, I bring that into the orange then. Ink up in that corner and then less ink, so blend it into the orange. Ink up, most ink in that corner and then blend into the orange. And I'm just going to come round, darken those corners and then blend. And then lastly what to do, not inked up the orange, I'm just going to blend on that periphery where the orange meets the brown. Just help it blend and look at that. So if I take that off, low tactate look, comes off like a dream. Now there you could either trim that, or I've got to be honest, I would put a ribbon down there, or if you wanted a space for a sentiment, you could put a sentiment there. But look at that. That blending, that background. Now think of the different colours you could use, the different stencils. And obviously, we're not going to waste this. So my suggestion is, look at that beautiful ink on there. Get your Lavinia spritzer bottle. Now, Eric, my black Labrador, is next to me and he loves this bit because what we do is give him a spritz of water. And you've reactivated that ink. So whenever you blend through a stencil, you've got a free background. Now, this could be in your journal. It could be just on a piece of scrap card, ready. So when Mr. Mojo goes, you've got that background. Now, I can't resist. I like to have a little peek. Oh, yeah. You see, I get a bit excited. Look at that. Now, I think that's stunning. I've got to be honest, I prefer that. But again, look at that. Oh, I do. I get so excited. And so all I would do with that is quick wipe with a damp cloth and then dry with a nice dry clean cloth. Don't judge me, Mr. Inky Binky was clean once. So the next thing I want to show you is we can create an ombre. So if I get another stencil, now this is lovely, this one's white orbs, and look, it goes from smaller little orbs to larger orbs at the bottom. So this is fabulous. Let me just get a piece of card. And what we can do, look, now this one I'm just going to hold. An ombre, if you've not met the word before, means almost light to dark in a colour tone. So I've gone for blues. So basically I've chosen 3 blues. Della blue for my light. And I just put them on my mat in order. Just want to check you can see. I need enough room and also you can see. Mermaid for my mid-tone and then dark denim. And all I'm going to do is hold this look. And then I'm going to start with my lightest colour. And again, just blend it in the lid. And then just gently at the top where the orbs are small, just going to blend. And if I want to check that look, I can have a look, oh, like that. Next one, into the mid. Now, when I come in with the mid, I'm actually starting down here because, again, I've got most ink and that's darkest. And then as I use the ink up, I'm going to come up and blend it. So, again, I'm going to ink up again, start at the bottom and then gradually go up and then just blend over the junction where the 2 colours meet. The same with my dark denim, start at the bottom where I want it really dark, and then move up into the mid colour. And we're just creating that ombre. Ombre is fabulous. You can do it with your pan pastels, and it's just, we're going to go in the blues from light to dark. Now look, again, it's just a great fun background. And just let me put the lids on. As I say, we're just touching. Now, don't forget you've got panel cards where we mask off a panel. So you could combine this, create yourself a panel on a card. Now, we've got ink on here, haven't we? So scrap of card. We don't want to waste that. While I'm talking, we'll give that a spritz and we'll see what we get. So, as I was saying, you could create yourself a panel. So you could mask off an area on a card and then create yourself. Or if you've got little scraps of card, you can make yourself a design and then actually put the panel on the card. It's a great way of using your scraps up. So again, if Mr. Mojo's gone, get some stencils out, get some inks and just have a good old play. Because remember, every time you play on that background, oh, look at that, you are going to get... Now, look at that. I think that's fabulous. Do you know, I can't wait. I mean, you could stamp small images in there. You could, don't forget that black fine liner pen. This year is definitely, never mind the year of the horse or whatever it is, it's going to be the year of the black fine liner. You could go round, put your stencil back on, or do it freehand with your black fine liner and add that extra detail. As I say, these are great if you need to make cards for teenagers and you're not sure what to do. Just think of what you could do with this as a panel. Also, a silhouette would show up really well on there. Now, the last little thing I just want to show you is this technique here, and this is called ghosting. And this is just such a fun technique to do. So it starts off with a blended piece of card. Now, I've used a tag. This is one of our watercolour tags. And what I'll do next week, I've been asked to come back and show you about blending. So I'll have a little tutorial about blending. So I've already blended the tag, but it could be a piece of card. Again, works brilliant with panels. Make a panel on your card. Then choose a stencil. Now, you've two choices here. You can put your stencil on and spritz through the stencil. Or my preferred, but again, depends how you feel. I like to, Mr. Eric is certainly getting lots of showers today. I like to spritz the stencil and pop the stencil down. Now, depending on how much water you add will depend how much faux bleaching you'll get. So that's reactivating. It's a water reactive ink. So you might want to have a go spritzing your stencil, but then actually spritzing through your stencil. Sometimes it depends what mood I'm in as to which I do. And again, I can't resist a little peek. Look, it's starting. Now also, depending how long you leave the stencil on will depend on how much faux bleaching you get. Basically, how light it will go. Now, I like to leave mine on not too long because I like that effect of it just goes a little bit lighter. So if I lift that off, now I'm just going to put that, look at that. I'm going to put that to one side a minute because I think I've got something left on here and I can't resist another background. Now, sometimes you don't get a full background. You just get the hint of that ink. And again, that's fine because it'll give you a starting point. You see, I've got to be honest, I didn't think there was much on there. But look at that. Now again, when that dries, and you know I love a good diagonal. So I think that will make a great background. Just clean that up and going back to this look. And it almost looks a bit velvety. And as it dries, you will just see the pattern come out more. So like I say, all the different colours you could use, all the different stencils you could use. We can also put grunge paste through the stencils. I've done a video on that. And don't forget, the Sizzix pastes. You can put your glazes, your paste through a stencil. Again, there's an older video on that. There is so much you can do with these stencils. And look, no two, it's just magic. They don't turn out the same. Imagine changing the colours up there. So that's your ghosting and your extra little spare background. And then you've got that lovely white orbs and the spare background. And don't forget the first one we did, just blending ink. Remember, you can mix the blending though, mix the colours. And you don't have to cover the whole area. So last week I did a video where we just did stenciling corner to corner. So much you can do. So please, get your stencils out, get your inks out. Maybe you've not done ghosting for a while. Maybe it used to be your favourite technique. Maybe have another go. It might just get that Mr. Mojo back. But I can't wait to see what you come up with. So join me again next week. We'll have our Monday fun, create a design, and Tuesday we'll get into blending. So you take care. Thanks as always for popping in. And to the gentleman who always says goodbye to me, I'm going to say night night. So you all take care and I'll see you again soon. Love and hugs from me. Bye for now.